safe. So that's why we came here today, because I wanted to look around for myself, because I haven't been here yet. And so I was just like, okay, be safe, don't like do anything stupid. 10:30, she responded to what I was saying and just said, oh, I'm sorry that you're going through that. And that was the last time I heard from her.
The day of the party, I hung out with her, we made creme brulee. She was, I mean, everything was normal. I don't think she ran away or anything. I mean, I would have noticed if something was slightly off.
I definitely feel like that in this current situation that she's safe. I don't know where she is. We don't have anything to go off of at this point, but I fully believe that she's alive and well, and I fully believe that the two of us, three of us, or other people are going to bring her home
safe. Where do you start searching? When you're in the search world, you have a area that you're going to search based on clues and objectives and ideas of where something is. And in this case, we're really focused on the point last seen because that's the last point that we know. What you're really starting to focus on, and you heard Sergeant Hack talk about the expansion and the amount that goes on. You're starting to get into a thing where you're not really searching like that area. You're not really searching like that area. You're now traveling roads and looking for, like, say, the car. The car is the easier target to locate, obviously, because it's larger, right? We would expect that we'd be able to find the car. They just say, hey, where do you search? You know, we are looking at, say, Stampede Lake, Boca Lake, but then where do you stop? Do you look at the bottom of Tahoe? Do you look at wherever? And those aren't things that we can do. I mean, we are just people, just like everybody in this room, and we have the capability of tapping into certain systems and things that give us more resources to do things. But at the same point, if you're thinking about it, we're probably sitting around the table talking about it and how do we do this, and they're exactly things like that. As far as the Amber Alert, as late as today, we're still attempting to push that system through, have that go out. But I'd still even remind people that, like, it is out. Everybody knows. We're trying to put it out as much as possible. I know it's a bone of contention. We don't control the system, but we're trying to justify as much as possible the reasons of why we believe that it should be in the system. And we agree with you guys. There's none of us that are disagreeing with you guys, but we're trying to work within a system that's designed that we don't control.
Received reports from adults around the community who we understand are dissuading people from coming forward, and that impedes our investigation. We want to find Kiely. We want to bring Kiely home to her family. And if people are out there telling people who may have valuable information to not come forward, that's an issue. Again, we're not here to arrest anybody and hold them accountable for underage drinking and drug usage. That's not our interest right now. That won't be our interest in this case. Our sole mission is to bring Kiely home to her family, and that's what we want everybody to understand. We've been saying this from day one. It's now day 6.
Our biggest problem is where do we go and how do we keep sustaining this? And so we do have some plans that were continued. Our team, our overhead team, worked extremely hard into long hours and continues to work to this day on creating plans that we can continue to follow up on. But we are going to have to switch modes and kind of focus on the investigative end and try to figure out where do we go from there.
18 different agencies, over 19,000 man-hours have been put into this.
Mother is missing her 16-year-old daughter. We need to find her and bring answers to this family.
We have found Kiely Rodni's vehicle and have confirmed that there were remains inside. We began our search for Kiely at Prosser Creek Reservoir on August 21st at 10:40 a.m. We placed 2 sonar boats in the water. By 11:15 a.m., Nick detected an object underwater using cutting-edge Garmin sonar technology. I was able to then confirm that it was in fact a vehicle in roughly 14 feet of water and only 55 feet offshore. Once we confirmed it was indeed Kiely's vehicle, we immediately notified family, law enforcement, and Dad and Grandpa were on scene within minutes.
Now, as far as the family notification drama, there was a lot that went down with this whole situation. I do have 2 separate videos posted on this if you would like to know more details. This is just a little summary that there was some drama and arguments over if they notified family first, if they posted to Facebook first, and who was it that they notified. But Adventures with Purpose has cleared this up in several live streams that they have done with YouTubers. I would also like to note that there were people following them around while they were searching for Kiely's vehicle, doing live streams, as well as a member of the New York Post. So I thought they handled the situation in the best that they could.
She's in the back of the vehicle. She's not in the driver's seat. It looks suspicious to me.
Yeah.
Vehicle's upside down. Some of the one window is halfway down. One window is all the way down.
Was found in the area where you've been searching since the beginning. What did AWP have that maybe you guys didn't have, or why was that missed in the initial search?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. That's one that everybody's going to have, right? Is how did we not find it when we were searching? The lake was extensively searched with side sonar, with an ROV. We had divers, we had swimmers. I think that's part of what we're going to have to go back to do and debrief. You know, when peace officers are out in the field and volunteers and searchers, it doesn't mean that they're experts in the field, right? These are sometimes ancillary duties, and we're calling from other agencies to try to jump in. And tracking underwater is an extremely difficult thing to do. So I think part of our debrief on any of these situations is how do we figure out to improve our services, work on our resources and the way that we use them. A lot of this equipment is high-end, very expensive, and you really need to have a lot of practice and expertise. And I think that's where a group like Adventures with Purpose is able to focus and practice those skills and really hone them. And so we're appreciative that they were able to come out and locate it.
As far as what teams had been in that area before Adventures with Purpose, if any, on that specific, on Prosser?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost so many that it would be hard to link out between the different teams. There were numerous boats, Yuba County, Alameda, Nevada County, Placer County, swimmers came from Washoe County. We had divers from every single one of those agencies and then some. I mean, it was a vast amount of people. And I would just say, unless you've conducted these types of searches and tried to do it, it does take a level of expertise, and nothing's perfect.